Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. And here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, with our Sunday evening action from the Ultimate Racing League. It's League 4 of the GRSC. We're at round 9, the penultimate round, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long season for our pilots, our pro sim racers. It's been tough. It's been a tough championship to get through, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at round 9, and it is nearly the end. And we can crown our champions and promote our winners up to... Well, I think there's going to be a reshuffle, though. I don't know if there's been a big announcement yet, but I do hear rumours that Sunday evening's racing at the Ultimate Racing League is going to undergo some reconstruction. So it will be interesting to see how that turns out. But before all of that, we've got a little matter of an endurance race here at Monza to deal with. 50 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. All 3 tyre compounds must be used for a minimum of 3 laps. And these guys have qualified hard for their grid positions. So we will take a look at the grid before we get underway of 50 minutes of close, high adrenaline racing. Are we ready? Okie dokie then, let's have a look at the grid. Oh, it's 25 laps, by the way. Yes, 25 laps. And on pole, ladies and gentlemen, it's Stu No BS. This championship, he is aiming for only one thing: the top spot. And the way he's going about it at the end of this season has been strong, with a string of poles and wins to his name. He seems to be almost unstoppable at the moment. So that's Stu BS on the pole position. In second place, ladies and gentlemen, in the Skechers Rossi team, it is Matti Alder. Matti Alder having it's a good season. I feel it's been a good season for our boy Matti, but there has been some bad luck along the way. So Matti just... He's nearly there, though. Second on the grid. This could be a good, strong chance for a win for our boy Matti. In third spot, ladies and gentlemen, he has a win. He knows how it feels, and he liked the feeling, ladies and gentlemen. Mika, third on the grid, and he is itching to get back on the top spot. So that's already there. The top 3, all hungry for the win, ladies and gentlemen. We are in for a great treat, I tell thee. Fourth, then, ladies and gentlemen, is YT, ladies and gentlemen. YT in the Vodafone, I'm guessing it's a McLaren Ode or something, but yes, in the Vodafone team. It's YT, ready to mess things up, and as long as you can stay close to the car ahead, there is always a race to go, because the tow is strong at Monza. In the Templar Speed, obviously. Method down in 5th place now. Method, a race winner also, and a strong contender for the championship. Sitting down in 5th place, it's interesting to see how that will develop, because I'm sure that's not where he's going to end up in this race. And that's a Method Freak. He is a Twitcher, ladies and gentlemen. Check him out. Check him out, I say, on the Twitch. I know it's YouTube's rival, but hey, there's room for everyone. And in 6th place is GS Myth, the legend, ladies and gentlemen. And he has had a tough season. Doesn't seem to be on board with the Genesis, but he has stuck to it. He has grinded, ladies and gentlemen. He has grinded, and he's got to grind, and that's get smurfed. In 6th place. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all. unfortunately. But you only need 2 to race, and we've got 6. So our cuppeth runneth over, and we will not complain about lobby numbers. The game's, what, 10 years old now? Well, not 10, but, you know, it's getting on a bit. There's other games that people prefer to play. Forza, whatever, the Fonz. Right then, anyway, let's get this race underway. 25 laps, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we didn't look at the tyres. Hang on, let me pause. I should have taken note of the tyres, shouldn't I? Officially, it hasn't started yet. This is still the grid walk. Stubbs is on the racing softs. Matty's on the racing softs. Mika is on the racing hards. The YT's on the racing hards. Method's on the racing hards. And the Myth is on the racing hards. So, split fields, Stubbsy and Matty both wanting to make early shoots, early, you know, stints. Yeah, they want to get away early. And we remember, did Matty try that last round, and he ended up having a bit of an off at Bathurst. So Matty's got a hurdle to climb here. He's got a score to settle. Right then, we know the 2 at the front are on softs, the rest are on hards. Let's go, baby. And so the Stubbs up there in the lead. Matty Alder trying to get some warmth into his tyres. Doesn't want a repeat of history. Mika with the toe will help if he can stay close. And he's even having a little sniff, but a little too far back there, and the grip should prevail. Coming out the corner then, Stu BS is on fire with Matty. Oh no, picking up a 1 second penalty. What an absolute naughty boy. Mika then in third with Method fourth. Method already moving up. Oh, YT having a poor start there. YT slipping down into 6th place. And the Myth, the legend, up to 5th, chasing down our boy Method, with Mika in 3rd, and Matty picking up a huge penalty there. But Stu BS is holding strong, but Matty getting closer as you hear the wheel squeal of Monza. And Matty Alder having a very close look at the Stu BS, thinking about a way past. Mika on those hards, 3 laps of no grip whatsoever. Can Mika ride the storm? And Method also with those early lack of grip tyres. Myth in 5th place with the YT in 6th. Stubbs at the moment though in full control. Matty Alder with a 2nd to pay, and here it goes. Let's see if Mika comes flying by, or has he done enough to stay ahead of the German? And he's staying to, there you go. But Method it seems isn't close enough, the teammate of Matty Alder, and he should make short work of Mika. Now I believe the rules in URL is no bump drafting, so he can't use Mika to get himself back up to the Stu BS. He's going to have to just knuckle down with no toe. He's trying to get a side draft there from Mika. And he should be able to late brake Mika down into the first corner with those soft tyres, and he does, and he makes the corner this time, slides a little bit, and Mika comes back at him. Mika on the hard tyres making a race of it, as Matty found a little bit of a slide in the middle of the corner, but the grip should, like I say, prevail as Matty tries to fight back at the hard tyred Mika in the Gulfstream car. But no, Matty has to back off out of Mika's way, and Mika really is messing up Matty's chances here as the Stubbs goes flying. Ladies and gentlemen, he's flying kites all over the Italian track. Mika at the moment is the fly in Matty Alder's ointment, and again he's been a naughty boy, and Method is closing in. This is not Matty's prime scenario. This was not what he was looking for, and Mika absolutely driving beyond the limits of his racing hard tired car, and enabling himself to be ahead of the Alder. YT moving up. YT going for a move, but he's gone a little deep, and the Myth comes back through with a wave, and YT picks up a penalty for his pain. Stubbs then flying, Mika causing mayhem. Matty now settling into that third place and maybe waiting for the pit stops. He's no closer to Mika. Mika absolutely is sending it. Beautiful stuff from the German driver, and this could be a big warning shot to Stubby S, who is just trying to gain ground. But remember, he has to use those hard tyres for at least 3 laps at some point in this race, and Mika at the moment is absolutely flying on them. Matti Alder has paid his penalty. Oh yeah, that's why he's a little further back. And Method there lurking in the background. And mark my words, Method will become a significant player in the race later to come. But at the moment now, Matty getting his grip on, ladies and gentlemen, and all over the rear derriere of Mika, ready to pounce. So Matty, and it is that third lap, so Mika will have, he can now get rid of the racing hard tyre if he wishes to do so. But at the moment, the race seems to be going very well for him. And if he's anything like me, you'd be like, well, if it's not broken, let's not fix this. Everything's working at the moment. Yes, Stubbs is getting away, but Stubbs is on a set of racing soft tyres. It is to be expected. But he's ahead of Matty, who is also on racing soft tyres and is unable to make the pass. And I'm sure it is coming. I'm sure anytime soon Matty's trying to decide which way. And Mika being very clever in his car placement. Ooh, and then there was a little knock on Mika there from Matty. And I think it's just the difference in the tyres. Mika having to brake that somewhat earlier and Matty having to back off. And again, it's Bathurst repeated for Matty Alder. This is not what he wanted. And Mika again back in front with the gentleman's agreement, and fair as well. But that's let Method in. Method now up and into second place and is the danger. Stubbs out there building for the future, and he's doing a fantastic job. Look at the gap he's got from the rest of the pack. He just thinks he's still doing time trials, hot laps, ladies and gents. But Method on the hard tyres, is he gonna come in? No, none of the, oh yes, YT has come in to get rid of the hard tyres, but the rest have all opted to stay with their hard tyres for another lap. It's lap 4 now. And the softs are looking great. I mean, I do think famously the track isn't too tough on tyres. There's not many corners, is there really? I mean, the corners that there is are challenging, but I think you can look after a set of tyres quite well here. So at the moment, Stubby S on the softs, no problem. Method on the hards, still taking them later in the race. Mika, which is why I would have probably thought they'd change their tyres dead on lap 3. And Mika being a very naughty boy now. And Matti Alder gaining a position back if he can just avoid the rear derriere when he brakes. I mean, it's easily done because they're on different compounds of tyres. When Matti gave Mika a little bump, it's because his braking was later. I mean, probably wasn't expecting Mika to brake so early, but Mika on the hard tyres must brake earlier to make the corner. So Matti Alder at the moment lining up Mika, who has that penalty carrying above his head. He's just coming round to the penalty zone. And then we'll see Matti Alder released, and then he's going to have to go and catch up his teammate. Mika trying already to pick up a toe from the Alder, as the Myth there prevails all. The Myth keeping an eye on things ahead. And there we go. We see the hard runner of Method going in, and Matti Alder staying out. Mika staying out also with the Myth. All opting to stay out on those hard tyres. Very strategic, very interesting. YT's already changed to the medium tyre. And I imagine Method should get out ahead of YT. Oh, Method going to the soft tyre now, meaning business, ladies and gents. Wanting to finish on the medium tyre. So Method out onto a set of softs, easily ahead of YT. And now he's racing thin air, but really he's racing these guys. Mika still ahead of Matty. And Mika has paid that penalty as well. Oh my word, Matty Alder must be absolutely screaming mad, staring at the back of that Gulf Genesis. But maybe Matty, boxing clever, looking after the tyres. We'll check out Stubbs' tyres in a minute. But Matty, yeah, he just cannot make a dent on Mika ahead of him. Mika looking very strong today. Interesting stuff ahead, with Mika then holding on to second with the hard tyres. Lap 5, opted not to change, and this time Matty was a little further back, but you can see how early Mika has to brake there to make the corner. And now Matty all over the rear derriere of Mika, getting a small toe, looking for space, and the overtake, ladies and gentlemen, is in procedure. It's being done as we speak, and into the braking zone. Matty should be able to just claim the position, and that's Matty up and into second place. Mika, I imagine, is going to come straight into the pits anyway, so not much of a loss there. And the myth, the legend himself, also heading towards the pit lane. Method on his soft tyres, and he'll be wanting to jump Mika at least, and that'll be very interesting to see if he can. Stubbs at the moment, tyre wear looking okay. Matty's tyre wear is looking okay. Method's going up the straight then, and Mika yet to move. Mika topping up with fuel, interesting. So Method then comes across the line, and he does move ahead of the rest of the pit stoppers. Myth out before Mika. Mika has really filled that car up. So Mika maybe taking no chances with fuel, but costing him a position on track. He does get out ahead of YT, and Mika onto the mediums, as is the myth, and Method onto the softs, chasing down Matty and Stubbs that are on their original soft tyre. The strategies, the math, the math at 129 miles an hour being done is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Reaching up to 140, and he's having to do calculations that Einstein could not even work out right now. Matty Alder losing a lot of ground to the leader, and yes, Stu BS is on fire. He's cooking, and he's only really got Method and Mika at the moment that could be a threat, but Mika losing time through a fuel stop. No one else bothered to put fuel in, so this is it's interesting. It's interesting indeed. YT still in view of the guys. They all could still make the move with the toe. Mika then having a little look at Myth, but he's a little too far back from the Myth at the moment, the legend that we know as Get Smurfed. So Mika closing in bit by bit, and Mika is really the man on fire in this race. He's in the action up and down the field at the moment. And Mika intently looking at the rear derriere of the monster runner ahead of him, and trying to make the calculation of when he's going to make his move. He's going to pick up a toe. Let's sit in that toe with him. And as you see, the Myth kicking up a bit of dust over that side of the track, trying to break the toe as much as possible without weaving. And there we go. He's having a look into that big open space. Just too far back then for Mika at the moment, but he does come across the Myth mid-corner, and that was beautifully choreographed there. No problems, no touching, and no knocks. And YT getting very much closer to the two runners ahead, all on the medium tyres. Method's bolted. He's Hussein bolted out of it on the soft tyres. Matty Alder, playing catch up now. He's done his fastest lap of the race at 2:07. Stubbs, he's all in the 2 minutes, but they're quite low, and he's done a 2.5 that last time around, so the tyres must be starting to feel it now as Matti Alder tries to close the gap. Method at the moment, different strategy from the three behind. The myth, the legend, holding on to fourth, and Mika unable to be able to do anything about the legend. And now in the tow, Mika having a little bit of a look, trying to draw himself up alongside, and it's side by side going into the corner. Balls of King Kong, and there's not much space for the pair of them, but they both make it through, and Mika comes out ahead of the myth. And YT very close into the action now, and GS Smith getting a bit of a tow from Mika. Is he going to try and make the move in the Parabolica? Ladies and gentlemen, that would be cray-cray. And Mika then, oh, I don't know what happened. We'll go back and have a look. There was something. I don't know if there was a knock or what on Mika in the break-in. In the tow there. Oh, I'm just not sure. It's a bad angle. It's a bad angle, but I think Myth must have braked a little later than Mika and caught his rear corner. But Mika able to carry on. But YT is now hot in the action, ladies and gentlemen. And YT wanting to get on to some fighting. The Stubbs sticking to the plan. He's lonely. He's very lonely, ladies, but he's doing what he loves. He might be alone, but he's doing what he loves. So let's not feel too bad for him. Matti Alder playing catch-up, and he's still smashing out those lap times. Well done to the Alder. What a shame that his earlier race was hampered by Mika's amazing racing and penalties. Because I really do think he could have put up a fight for the Haribo driver of GRSC. Method, third, don't count him out. He's doing those soft tyres, but he's not getting... I don't know if he's trying to make the soft tyres last. He's only getting 201s out of it, where these guys are in the low twos, and their tyres are a bit more worn than Method. So Method maybe driving to a Delta at the moment. Don't know, fuel save, tyre save, do all the saving. Try and box clever in this race. Mika at the moment on the medium tyres ahead of YT. And Mika being in the wars, absolutely racing with the Myth, with YT and with Matti Alder. Half the field Mika has had to take on. And the only man he really wants to fight is Stu BS. So Mika, so far driving his race and coming under all sorts of fire. It's he's had a baptism of fire in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's had a race with him, except for maybe Method and Stu BS. Method, meanwhile, not deviating. 2017 again, and oh no, Matti Alder, he just keeps on being a naughty boy. He just can't help his little self. And Matti Alder then picking up another 1 second penalty, with Stu BS there just disappearing from the scene. Ensign, you are in the chat saying, hi Thingy, I hope you are well. I am good, man. I am looking forward to your guys' a bit of action sometime this weekend. I've got Deltona. And then maybe I might be able to slip in a bit of VRC, ladies and gents. I've got a live stream tonight with the World Racing community in the Group 3 cars, mixed. They're trusting the BOP, ladies and gents. They are going to trust the BOP. They think the BOP is pretty good for Group 3s, so they're going with it. We will see. I never trust the BOP. Kaz broke that trust years ago when he released GT7, saying it was going to be the best incarnation of the Gran Turismo series, and it turned out to be third best maybe incarnation. I heard 4, 5 and 6 was better. I don't know. I don't like the menu. I'd much rather it be like a little racing series, a little career mode or something, than going to the cafe and having some old pedo tell me, now this car here is very good and it likes to race in a 3-lap race with cars that are way faster than itself. Go and get 3rd place and then come back to me. The holy navigational menus. That's what Kaz's thing is. It's just navigating menus. He loves it. He's even called his menus. Go 3, 4. Oh, it takes so long to get. Oh my God! Calm down. This is someone start racing because I'm going down the everything wrong with the game thing. I was playing it last night, and it's just ridiculous, okay? I was doing the challenges. I've got 5 days left to do the challenges. And yeah, the first 2 were fine. I just picked a car out of my garage, I went, I did it, I'd done it, and it was done, and it was okay. It was fun, actually, I didn't mind it. And then I went to the Toyota single make, and I've got a Toyota, and I picked my Toyota. It's just standard, I don't know, it's the newest one. It seemed okay. And yeah, I saw no one. I've got to go and soup that thing up. So then I've got to come out of that menu, then come out of the racing menus, out of the track menu to choose the racing menus, then come out of that menu to the world menu, then I've got to go tick across the world menu, down to fixing my car or buy bits for my car, click on that menu, then go to another menu to pick on auto parts and aero parts, to pick on that menu, and then I've got to go on multiple menus to pick multiple parts just to do one bloody race. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is wrong. What's wrong with the single player of GT7? In itself, you have to do 15 menus just to do one race. Not menus as the menu games, going through menus to get to the race. The navigation is menu navigational simulator. File simulator. My word. Matt is in the pits. Sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have played it last night. That's my problem. That was my issue. So Matt is in to get rid of his soft tyres, and Method moves ahead on his soft tyres. Mika on the mediums with YT closing in. YT is making something of this, ladies and gentlemen. They have had enough of my rant, and they are ready. They are ready to race. Ensign Hewitt says, ooh, hope it's the BRC Porsches. That was banging. It is. Ensign says, Kaz peaked with GT2. And Ensign said he needs to add more missions. They are good fun. Something to do with racing is what he needs to add. And YT then is on the attack. And Mika just clinging on under YT's guidance. Matty Alder went to the medium tyre. He has the hard tyre yet to use, and his teammate is in sight, but he is on the slower tyre. But Method's not really pushing those soft tyres. We've seen him going faster, and I'm not sure if it's just not the track for Method. He's not into the Italian temple of speed, or if he is trying to look after those tyres to take them deep. Maybe he only wants to do 3 or 4 laps on the medium tyre, and he wants to do a majority of this race on the soft tyre. Stu BS also making a pit stop. I missed, sorry. He's pitted and come out ahead of everyone. That is how awesome he is at the moment. He is absolutely... he's at mast. He's not at half mast, he's at full mast, ladies and gentlemen. So Stu BS leading the Monza race at the moment. Method yet to use the mediums, and Stu BS, don't forget, has got to use the hard tyre. He is finishing this race on the hard tyre, but he's gambling on having such a buffer that he could probably do the whole last lap in reverse gear. Method, though, he's hunting him down, but, I mean, Stubbs did build up quite a nice bracket at the beginning. It's all right. It doesn't matter if I have a rant. I'm just there thinking. I was worrying about my rant. And then I was thinking, my gosh, there's only going to be like 6 people watch this. It should only be the 6 people taking part. So I can pretty much say what I want. They don't mind, do they? Matty Alder, they're in 3rd. And whoa, we'll go back. Come on. Now YT already ahead. Oh, he's already made the move. I apologise, YT. This is Mika back on the attack, ladies and gents. And YT absolutely has shown up here at Monza today and has put the works on our boy Mika. Mika, he's getting a taste of his own medicine, isn't he? This is what Matty Alder was not wanting earlier in the race when he was chasing down Stubby S. And now Mika, he's aiming for at least 2nd in this race. I think he's aiming for method, surely, in his mind. And YT is seriously messing that dream up for Mika. And Mika might be lucky to get a podium if he's stuck in this battle. Now remember, YT and Mika are both going to the soft tyre later in this race. Matty Alder still has the hard tyre to use. Method still has the medium tyre to use. And Stubby S still has the hard tyre. So no one is out of the running yet. No one is out of the running of this race at all. Except for Stubby S, who is out of the running for anything other than 1st place. Unless he throws it at the scenery and catches fire like Lando Norris. In all fairness, he didn't throw it at the scenery. His car just caught fire. Last week, I'm talking about. Ensign says Space Course Directive 673.5 clearly states you all need to drop a like and subscribe to the Racing channel. Thanks, Ensign. That's beautiful. I love that. I might start saying that. Try and say it like Crichton. Space Corps Directive 637.5 clearly states you all need to drop a like and subscribe to Thingamajig Racing channel. Sounded nothing like him, but I haven't watched Red Dwarf for at least 2 weeks. It's not on streaming. I've got to look. I suppose it's on Channel 4 or BBC, sorry, or Dave. Stubby S then out there, clearly showing us the way. It is done. And Method, though, even though on the soft tyres, he is being caught by the Alder. The Alder on the medium tyres is coming in hard and strong with a 2:07 and Method a 2:01.1, and that was the fastest. And I'm not sure if he's looking after fuel, if he's looking after tyres, or if he's just not on the money with this track. But Matty Alder is caning it from behind. He's absolutely smashing the Method from behind at the moment. And there's nothing the Method can do about it. He's a sitting duck. It's like he's in an old medieval stocks. And the Matty is just going to town from behind, if you know what I'm saying. Mika then ahead of the YT. YT there getting a big penalty. And he closed in on Mika there, but it looks like YT's had a small offage and picked himself up a naughty boy tag. The myth, the legend, he was in this race. I don't know what's happened. It looks like he's gone to the medium tyres, and it looked like he was having a better time with the hards, ladies and gentlemen. When the myth had a hard on, he was doing better. So Stubby S is out there leading the way with Method trying something to close the Stubbs down, but Stubbs, he built up such a lead in that early part of the race that it's going to be tough to catch. Matty Alder closing in on his teammate, and this might be why Method has started picking up the pace, as we've seen. But Matty Alder does fancy a piece of that action ahead of him. Mika then trying to shake off YT, and now YT paying that penalty, and Mika now with no toe buddy in sight. Matty Alder picking up a toe from the Method. And this, ladies and gentlemen, there may be only 6 contenders in this race, but it is spicy for the podium. Yeah, because Stubbs is gone. You spoil sports, Stubbs. Pull over and let them catch up. It's just by luck, though, isn't it? I mean, Matty Alder, he had the opportunity to keep with the Stubby S, and he had the pace of the Stubby S. He was doing the same lap times as soon as he cleared Mika, but he got himself stuck behind Mika, and this is what it's about. This is what simulation racing's about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about getting that clean shot and getting your moves done early doors. And Matty Alder he was just too hesitant against the Mika, and he found himself being stuck in third place whilst GBS built up a buffer, and now Method sneaking in there when I can't remember what happened now. Was it Matty and Mika had a little come together? They may have done. YT then in fifth place. He's had to pay that penalty, and now he's lost the back end of Mika, who is absolutely stringing a couple of good laps together now. He's really starting to push on. He's remembered. He's in a podium battle. He's left YT behind, and he's got to hunt some guys who are, well, Matty Alder, he's going to be on the hard tyre at the end if Mika can get within a whiff of the Alder. But wow, there is a gap. But remember, Mika did put more fuel in where anyone else opted not to, and we are over halfway, and they've got half a tank, so Mika may have been, but Mika has as well. He's caning the fuel. Maybe some of them are looking after fuel, some of them are not. Yeah, he's below half. Stubbs, he could ease off the fuel, he could ease off at the end there. He's got such a nice chasm of a gap betwixt himself and the other drivers. 10 laps left then, ladies and gentlemen, and Matty Alder really is starting to close up to his teammate. This could get fruity. And Ensign Europe saying they really need to add weather variation to Monza. That would be scary, my friend. Some of these cars trying to go. I saw them at Nord last night. They were only using Group 4 cars as well, the Atenza, which is a four-wheel drive, which is meant to be better as well in the wet, and they were struggling to get the accelerator down on the straight. And the cars were lighting up, so it's yeah, Monza would be an absolute crater. I think they should have, I mean, Jesus, wet. It's 2025, you know. Should have weather variations at all the tracks. Should have all day, all night, all weather. Not night with you guys, though. VRC are banned from nights. They like their night racing too much. So Matty Alder's been a naughty boy as he closes in. I'm only jesting. I'm only jesting. It stresses Skyjacker out, I know. I'm such a diva. Stubbs then leads the way. Method. Matty Alder. Don't worry, Ultimate Racing League tried it. They pulled in a couple of night races, but the problem is they've got 5 commentators. It's not just one little boy moaning about it. There's 5 of them, and they were all like, I was in the room, well, not in the room, it was in the messenger room, and my word, did the admins get a dressing down from all 5 commentators saying, what the F? What are we supposed to do watching headlights for 50 minutes? Don't be ridiculous. Don't ever do that again. So it's not just VRC. URL got a rollicking, and I was so pleased because I didn't even write anything. I was just reading the other commentators telling them off. So yeah, Matty Alder's picked up a penalty. Method's on his way. Mika in 4th. Really, the Atenza Group 4, you couldn't crash that with your eyes closed. Wow, dude. Full throttle racing, some of them found a way. There was a beautiful moment, and someone was just an innocent bystander. It made your heart bleed, but it's a beautiful moment in pro sim racing. Stu BS then leads the way with Method in 2nd. I mean, it did chuck down though. For 1 lap, it absolutely reigned supreme. It was soggy. Method then in 2nd. Now Method's building something here. He's being very quiet, understated, one would say, with his lap times. He has picked them up now. As the car gets lighter, he's playing the tyre game. And Stu BS already onto his mediums, only the hards to use. And Method, he's just got his hards to use. He's used his hards. He's got his mediums to use that he's saving for the end there. But I mean, Stu BS, he could pit. He could put the hard tyres on. I think he'd still get out ahead of Method. Method's just, I'd say he's just about to lose a position to Matty Alder. But Matty Alder is coming back into this race now. He's picked up a half a second penalty. So maybe that's enough for Method just to stay clear. Matty Alder won't be pitting until lap 22. He won't be he won't need to pit until lap 22, and I can't see he's going to stay behind Method for the next six laps. So Matty Alder, he's paid the penalty now, and he's got to get on with the business of trying to catch back up with Method, who really is. It's a very it's a difficult way to drive a race, ladies and gentlemen. It seems to me like he's being methodical. It's you know, he's being very restrained. He's holding the pace back. He's playing the long game, and it's interesting to see how this one's going to turn out for him. I mean, Stu BS already got that jump at the beginning and absolutely flew, but Method, he is racing everybody else here. If you remember, Mika and Matty Alder ended themselves behind Method before the pit stops. Method inherited second place, and he's done a superb job ever since, just being very controlled. Ensign in the chat saying there was the one time we tried a one-off race at Suzuka in the Super Formulas, and the last 10 minutes was in the dark, no headlights, no track lights. All we had was the corner indicators. That's crazy. And Ensign saying, that's an interesting line down the straight of the Parabolica. I think he's just trying anything at the moment. And Matty Alder then closing in again, after paying that penalty. And I mean, they're racing on track at the moment, but this race is not till later, you see. This is the build-up to the crescendo of this race. This is a strategical race, ladies and gentlemen. Matty already using his soft tyres and currently on his medium tyres, yet to use his hard tyres, which he won't put on till lap 22, and he'll have to bear for 3 laps. Method already using the hard tyres, is on his he's on his soft sets and is yet to use the medium tyres. He has been driving a very strict race and not allowing himself. As you can see, he can do 2-minute 0.7 lap times, but he has been sticking to an early 2:01s. And we think that's for fuel and for tyres, and this is it. He's coming in now for his final pit stop of the race, so he's going on to the mediums. Matty Alder moves up. Mika, who's yet to use the soft tyre in this race, as now YT has put his soft tyre on. YT has pulled that trigger to get the undercut done on Mika. Mika still staying out. They're all going over to that dusty side, aren't they? They really fancy that dusty side over there. So Mika then staying out. Now Method is out behind him on the mediums. Mika has got to make his pit stop and catch back up with Method on a soft set of tyres. This is humongous. Mika is he's got a job to do. YT at the moment trying to get the undercut done on Mika whilst Mika stays out on a medium set of tyres. I mean, you'd think he'd want to get onto the softs as early as possible. Stu BS has still yet to use the hards, but he's not going to do that until lap 22, as is the Alder. Mika yet to make his stop for the soft tyres, which, yes, will put a Method now is running to the end of this race. And Ensign, you're saying some very nice liveries. The Skechers car looks great. Yeah, it's like a Rossi car. Well, I think that's my dad, and he can let himself in. So Method then, at the moment, very good. He's definitely going to jump Mika, but he's going to be, and he's probably, I don't know the distance. That's a big distance. It's going to be close with the Alder when the Alder pits. The Alder's got to get some absolutely flying lap times in now. I believe Stubbs is pretty safe out there in the lead, and I think the win is on the cards for Stu BS. I think something absolutely crazy may have to happen for Stu BS not to take the win here today. But Matty Alder, Mika, Method, and even YT with that early pit stop onto the softs. He might jump Mika here, might make Mika's life very difficult, and Mika will be on the soft tyre also, as is YT. And YT at the moment absolutely smashing in the lap times, whilst Mika is out on the mediums. He's going in, he's going in, he is going in. Now we will see where YT stands, and Method now, they're all coming over there. I don't know, I'll have to ask him in the chat why they all came over to that part. Maybe it's the shortest line to the race, to the lap, but it's just, yeah. I like to hang it out at Parabolica and come down the outside. So Method then. Now Mika's on. Where's YT? YT's coming down the straight. Mika's just about out. Oof. Oof, poor YT. It was an absolute solid shot, but it didn't pay off for him, unfortunately. And now Mika is out onto the soft tyres, but now Mika's got to try and catch Method up. And that is some distance betwixt the pair of them. YT chasing down Mika. Mika's got a lap for the tyres to get up to temperature. And YT, this is when the iron is hot, so you must strike, my friend. GS Myth, he's onto the soft tyres now. But it looks like those medium tyres really put him behind somewhat. He really didn't take to the... Although he was doing 201s by the end of it. Yeah, it looks like he was having a bit of a rough time with the medium tyre. Stu BS then leads this race, yet to pit. Expected to do so in 2 laps time, as is Matti Alder. Expected to make his pit stop in 2.2 laps time. Method running to the end. Mika running to the end. Now it's a showdown from the hoedown with Mika and YT chasing down Method, who's on a medium set of tyres. And this is cray. And look how much fuel Mika's got. It might have been a mistake for Mika to put that fuel in. He must have thought, because it's Monza and the nature of it being a full throttle kind of racetrack, that he'd burn more fuel than he did, but he didn't. He didn't need to put the extra fuel in. Everyone seems to be okay on fuel. Stu BS then, 5 laps to go. A pit stop still on the cards. Leads this race by a country mile. Matti Alder, second place, needs to pit to put hard tyres on. Could possibly put him behind Method, who's on a medium set of tyres. And it's going to be tough to go up against the Method whilst you're on a hard with a hard on. So Mika as well has ground to make up, and only 5 laps to do it. So can he make the grade? Who knows? Who knows? And YT, YT, a very naughty boy, possibly in the chicane, and he's got to pay a penalty with GS Myth, the legend, cracking on. And Stubbs also cracking on. Through Parabolica he goes to lap 21 until I'm pretty sure he can get his tyres on and get out ahead of the rest of the field. I don't think he has any fears whatsoever with his pit stop coming up. And Matti, on the other hand, he has got a good distance to Method. I think Matti may have done enough here. It's going to be tight, but we will see. Mika is the man who's got to do the work, and it's a tough call. It's a tough one. It's a big distance to try and make up to the Method right now. So Mika toiling, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely toiling away down there in 4th place. And working hard to try and do some killer lap times, some quali lap times for the final 5 laps to try and close in on the Method. Stu BS enjoying the mediums for the 2 laps that he's got them for. So is Matti Alder. And I think it's tough to call. It's tough to call. I don't want to say that they're safe. I think Matti may be quite close to Method. Method might get a shout at 2nd place here. I think Mika may have cooked the goose. And let's have a look. He's done a 2.7 against Method's 202.2. He is some way faster than the Method right now. He might be able. I just think he's going to get in distance of him. I think he'll probably get in viewing distance, and that is about it. And that's what Ensign's saying. Yeah, a very hard track to make up time on. This is it. So Method, it's all about Matti and where he's going to come out of the pits, if he's going to get ahead of the Method. But the Method 202s on his mediums. Matti Alder's been smashing in a 2-minute. He did do a 202 when he got that penalty for being a naughty boy, but so far he's been doing some massive lap times on the medium tyre, And yeah, I think that's going to be enough. I think that's going to seal it for Matty to get out ahead of the Method. But again, he will be on the hard tyre. It's going to be a tough battle. Stu BS, the fuel is flashing, so maybe it was tight. He's now on his final lap of these tyres. He's going to have to put some hard tyre. He's got to get a hard on. And Razorback in the chat saying, hi Thingy, long time no see. Hi Bird, how's it been? I'm sure we will soon. I know there's a couple of clubs I've not done for a while, like the World Tour, World Racing Community are going live tonight with some Group 3s. And I think the old OTH crew are going to be starting their series soon. It might be tonight. I think it may. I think it may be this evening. No, not this evening. It's not Sunday, is it? Sunday evening. So I'll be covering them again. I've got to get in touch with them, see what league they want me to do. So I think they've got 3 of the buggers. So Stu BS, but he is going to be making that pit stop at the end of this one. He is going to have to put a drop of fuel, I reckon, in that one. As he puts his hard tyres on. Matty Alder, he must have had a little top-up of fuel somewhere along the way. Method. Running to the end here. And he's trying to catch... Oh, Matty did not need a penalty right now. Matty's moved... Method, sorry, is moved into the 201s. To try and close into Matty. Mika, 2 minute again, 0.4. He really is slamming in those qualifying laps, but only 3 laps to go, and still not in sight of Method. Method going through that corner. There's Mika. Oh no, and Mika also getting a naughty boy tag. Stubbs then brings it in. And he should be easily out. It doesn't matter if he's not out ahead of Matty Alder, although Matty Alder's got a pit at this one as well. But he should be out ahead of Method. He really should be. After the drive he's put in, it will be interesting now. It's all about Matty, though, where he goes in, where he comes out, and where Method and Mika stand. Now, Mika going to pay the penalty. And Stu BS easily back out on the hard tyres with an absolute chasm between himself and Method. Now this is the one, Matty's not even at his pits. Yeah, he's at the box. He's at the box, and now he's getting hards on. And Method's coming around the final corner, the Parabolica. And it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. Matty's out of the pits. Matty is almost a straight apart, but Matty on the hard tyres. Remember, Matty's on the hard tyres. Method's on the medium tyres. And Method, we know he's got some time in his pocket. He can go faster if he wishes to. Mika trying to play catch up, but still a ways behind. He needs the 2 Skechers Rossi cars to get into it. He needs them to get into a good old battle. Stu BS, perfect race, almost perfect race from the Stu BS. I imagine you can never say it's the perfect race. Well, he's got the fastest lap, he got the pole, he's led all of the way, and yeah, I don't think you can say that there isn't anything perfect about the race. So great drive from Stu BS here at the Temple of Speed. Well done. Matty Alder on the hard tyres. Some way, somehow, like Palpatine, he came back. And he's up there in second place with Method chasing him down on the medium tyres. But Method a little further back than he was probably hoping to do so. And that was Matty putting those absolutely supreme lap times in on the medium tyres. Some very, very competitive lap times Matty was doing there at the end of his stint on his medium tyres, and that has gazumped Method down into 3rd spot. Mika on the chase, and it's just not happening for him, is it? He's doing some mega lap times, but not enough to catch up the Sketcher boys. Stu BS then on his penultimate lap. Just got to complete this lap and the next, and he can be crowned the emperor at the speed of the temple, at the Temple of Speed. Sorry. The Emperor of the Temple of Speed. There we go. He'll be the Emperor of the Temple of Speed. He'll get there in the end, trust me. So Stu BS then leads the way with Matty Alder under fire for the final lap. No, he's crossed the line, lap 24. Oh, sorry, yeah, they're on it. Yeah, 24. These guys are just starting lap 24. So Mika has still got 2 laps, really, initially. And he is closing in, I think. Method at 2:01.9. Mika at 1:59.9. Mika even maybe trying. That's why I didn't want to say it's been a perfect race, because you never know. You don't know, never know. You don't ever, never know. If someone's going to steal that fastest lap away from you, like Mika. Mika, it looked like a shoo-in, didn't he, for a podium here. And now he is really having to race for it, to try and fight for it. And Matty, at the moment, the Sketcher boys have done a great job. It's got to be said. Methodical driving. That's what the method was for. I thought it was meth-OD, but no, it's methodical, ladies and gentlemen, is what it stands for. And he has had a methodical drive, it has to be said, to that podium. Remember, starting 5th on the grid. He has kept his head, he's kept his cool, and he's kept his composure all the way through this race, and he's done an amazing job. The Apache comes through again, ladies and gents. Matty Alder in 2nd, with Stu BS then starting his final lap. And like I said, almost perfect. Mika could spoil it for him, and we'll keep an eye if he's going to do so. And I don't imagine Mika really cares much about the fastest lap at the moment. He just wants to catch up those 2 podiums ahead of him. He feels that the podium was his. He feels like that podium, he had a shout at it, and he's just missed out now. It's got to be the shortest line to the race, and he doesn't get it. Can he get it on this final lap, or and ruin the 100%er that the Emperor of the Temple of Speed is just about to pronounce upon himself? Or is he not going to get that fastest lap? Matty Alder at the moment looks safe, doesn't he? Method doesn't look like he's got the speed to go and attack Matty. So Matty at the moment all turned out okay. We'll never know if he had the pace for the Stu BS or St. Ubs, the Emperor of the Temple of Speed. Oh my God, he's going to have a title by the end of the series, isn't he? Isn't our boy Stu BS? And Matty Alder then, meanwhile, the comeback kid is Matty Alder with Method, the methodical, Mika the fast, Mika the fast and dangerous with all the penalties. YT, he was there, man. He was there. He gave that undercut a go, but in the end, just couldn't quite get onto the rear derriere of Mika. And the myth, the legend, he mixed it up, big boys. He mixed it up. And that's all that counts. Stu BS, oh sorry. Stu BS then, St. Ubs, the Emperor of the Temple of Speed, ladies and gentlemen, comes around the Parabolica to claim his rewards. Well done, Stubbs. Well done, man. Matty Alder does cling on then. Matty Alder does maintain to keep that 2nd place. That comeback kid has done it again. Son of a gun. Hey, you son of a gun. So Matty Alder then coming around Parabolica to claim 2nd place. And Method, the methodical, comes home for a final podium. Great drive in 3rd. Mika. Oh, Mika, what could have been? What you did to Matty, you got done to you by YT. So 4th place for Mika. Nothing rude. It just they raced him. They raced him hard, and it cost them time on track when they needed to get some good laps in. And YT there mixed it up with Mika, and it was awesome. Lovely stuff for YT in 5th place. And the myth, the legend, not that far behind. Look, great drive from the myth. And that, ladies and gentlemen, It's round 9. One more round left. And then I think the admins are going to mix it up big time. Big time, ya homie, ya brother. And in the chat then, Ensign Hewitt saying, great comms thingy. A pleasure to have you in my ears as usual. Well, thank you for sticking with me, my man. And don't forget, Space Core 1673.5 people. The Space Corps Directive 673.5. I'm going to write it down. I'll forget it. 673.5. Well, it was a pleasure, guys. Thank you for joining me in the chat, and if you watch it later, thanks for watching. Thank you for all the feedback. You all are stunning, and it's been great. It's been a great season. It's a shame. It's a shame with the lobby numbers. There's no point moaning about it. We still had good fun. We still had a good race. It just is less to watch, is all. We can concentrate on the big players, the people that are serious. The serious drivers. That's what we want. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's been a great season. One more to go. They might end up joining League 3 again. I'm not sure. If I suppose they've got 6 again, they may join League 3. So this might be goodbye from me for League 4 for now. I don't know. We'll say maybe that was the last one I'm doing, and you never know. We might get a surprise, and I get to do another one. But it does feel like it's borrowed time with this league. 6 drivers and all. I think they're going to end up joining League 3. But it's been a pleasure. A huge thank you to Stubbs, Matty Elder, Brian Moncani, Method, Mika, and Whitey, Get Smurfed, Mini, that was the one name I was trying to remember. Mini, Double Aaron, who was here at the beginning, his PlayStation blew up. It's been a pleasure covering your league, and a huge thank you to you guys. And for the guys, I mean, it's not a dig because I know there's a couple not here, but thanks for showing up each week. You know, not just these 6, there's others. Brian, the Monk, barely ever misses them. Mini gets when he can. They do try and turn up when they can, and thank you very much to all of you guys. You never know, I'll probably be doing round 10, you don't know, but just in case, I thought I'd do a quick thank you. All right, there's nothing more to say. I'm going to try and maybe whip in another stream, but I think that'll be the Deltonas, the Lancia Deltas, before the live one tonight with the World Racing Community. Then on Sunday, I think we're going to try and smack down with a little bit of mini Miglia and action, and maybe the new VRC offering, which is very delicious. I am salivating over it. So, yeah, plenty more to come this weekend. We are catching up and getting on top of things. Okay. Thank you guys for those that tune in, even if you don't, especially if you don't race in these leagues. It's amazing. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.